Hello, today we will discuss rational number with you. But before starting this topic, rational number, we must have a previous knowledge of number system. Number system means natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, and then rational numbers. So all of you know that what are natural numbers? All counting numbers are known as natural numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity. This is a set of natural numbers. Now suppose if I write a equation is equal to x plus 5 is equal to 7. It means x plus 5 is equal to 7. This type of equations can be solved by using natural numbers. See, we put 2 here. This x is equal to 2. 2 plus 5 gives you 1. So gives you 7. So this type of equations can be solved by the help of natural number set. Now, if I write x plus 5 is equal to 5, can we solve this equation with the help of natural number set? No. For solving such type of problems, we need a special category. This is we call whole numbers. Whole numbers consist 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to infinity. There is no as such largest whole number or natural numbers. So we will put x is equal to 0, 0 plus 5 gives you 5. Now, if I write another equation, x plus 5 is equal to 3. Now, x plus 5 is equal to 3. Such type of equations cannot be solved by natural number set or whole number set. For solving such equations, we need a special category, integers. Integers means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4 up to infinity, plus minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. The integer consists all positive numbers, all negative numbers along with 0. Now if again I am writing 3x is equal to 5, another equation. Can we solve this equation with the help of any of these sets, natural number, whole number and integers? No. For such equations, x is equal to 5 upon 3. 3x is equal to 5. 3 will come down at the denominator side. X is equal to 5 upon 3. So this is a rational number. Here we introduce a rational number. Rational number generally we introduce by write by q. The q. Now the definition comes out. Any number in the category of p upon q is known as rational number where p and q should be integers and q should not be equal to 0. Q cannot be 0 in the case of rational number. Any number in the form of p upon q is a rational number where p and q are two integers and q cannot be equal to 0. Where q is equal to 0, if I write 3 upon 0, this is a infinity number. It cannot be determined. So q cannot be, the denominator cannot be equal to 0. This is all about rational number definitions. Now we will start properties of rational number. Now we will discuss the properties of rational number. The first property is closure. Closure property. It says a plus b is equal to c. It means if a belong to a rational number, b belong to a rational number, then their summation c will also belong to the rational number. If suppose for example I take a is equal to 1 by 2 and b is equal to 3 by 4. I am taking random numbers for a and b. So this property says 1 upon 2 plus 3 upon 4 is equal to 4. We will take LCM 4. 2 2 ja 4, 2 plus 3 is equal to 5 upon 4. Their summation, this is also a rational number. So if A is a rational number, if B is a rational number, their sum C will also be a rational number. This is also a rational number. Now second property, commutative law. Commutative property. It says that if we change the order of two numbers, like A plus B is equal to B plus A, if we change the order, at the place of A we have written B, at the place of B we have written A here. There is no effect on their summation. The resultant LHS will be equal to RHS. Again I am taking those two same numbers. 1 upon 2 plus 3 upon 4 is equal to 3 upon 4 plus 1 upon 2. So the same 4, 2 plus 3, again 4, 3, 2 2 are 4, again 2 plus 3, 5 upon 4 is equal to 5 upon 4. So LHS is equal to RHS. So this property, commutative property, is closed under addition. I forgot to tell you, children, these properties which I am telling you right now are only applicable for addition and multiplication. These are closed under addition and multiplication. They may or may not closed by for division and subtraction. They may closed or they may not be closed for subtraction and division, but they definitely will sure that they will be satisfy the addition condition and multiply condition. Third is associative. Associative property. It means A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. If we change the order, if we done A plus B first and then add to C, and if we want we can add B plus C first and then add to B. There is no effect on the answer. The same of commutative property, it is applicable for two or more numbers. So A plus B plus C is equal to A plus B plus C. The LHS will be in this case equal to RHS only for addition and multiplication. Fourth is distributive law. Distributive law. It means distribution of multiplication over addition. Addition, two numbers which are on addition, and this is A is in multiplication, B plus C are in addition. So it means the equal distribution of number A on B plus C. A will be multiplied with B, the plus sign will come here in between as it is here, and A will be multiplied with C again. So this is distribution law, distribution of addition over multiplication, distribution of multiplication over addition. The same will be minus C. A first multiplied by B, minus sign will come in between, and A multiplied by C, by this number. This is distribution of multiplication over subtraction. In both cases this property will be satisfied. Now fifth property and the last property is inverse law. There are two types of inverse: additive inverse . First is additive inverse, second is multiplicative inverse. It means if suppose A is a number, there exists a number which on multiplication gives you 0. It means 0 is additive identity. Additive identity is equal to 0. the two numbers which on addition gives you 0 are additive inverse of each other. Here a is a, if I take a number 3, then additive inverse of 3 is -3. Okay, when we add these two numbers, you will get 0 as a resultant. The 3 additive inverse of 3 is equal to -3, additive inverse of 4 is equal to -4, additive inverse of x is equal to -x, which on addition both the numbers gives you 0, and additive identity is equal to 0. Same here, multiplicative identity is equal to 1. This is the what we want after multiplication. It means, suppose a number a, if we multiply it 1 upon a, it gives you 1. So we need a number which on multiplication with the previous number gives 1 as multiplicative inverse. If 3 is a number, then multiplicative inverse of 3 is equal to 1 upon 3. If 4 is a number, then multiplicative inverse of 4 is equal to 1 upon 4. Multiplicative identity is 1. Additive identity is 1. That's all about properties of rational number. Tomorrow we'll start doing exercise 1.1. Bye.